guess what we're filming, guys? One thing that we're consistent with, it's a wrap-up. What'd you read, Emma? What the heck did you read this freaking July month? Was it a good month? Was it a bad month?
It was such a good month. Okay. I read some of my favorite books
of the year.
Of the year, dare I say? Okay,
guys, guess what she's rereading? Fourth Wing.
I'm doing a Fourth Wing Iron Flame reread because why not?
Because Emma really is craving a love triangle, and apparently that's set up in Iron Flame.
I saw a theory, and I want to prove it right. But I also just need Fourth Wing vibes right now. That's just what I need.
Yeah.
Okay, so I read how many books? 7 books, but one of them is a DNF. So, how many books did you read?
I read 4 books this month, and I'm in the middle of one right now. I may finish.
How many was a DNF?
One. One of them was a DNF that I'll go into.
Literally. Okay, the first book of the month for me was a DNF, actually. Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. DNF, sorry. I was not liking the premise of the book, I guess. It was fine, and then it felt very insta-lovey. This guy is so down bad for her immediately, no build up at all, and she's really standoffish, kind of, I don't know, like she was giving nothing, and I was like, why are you obsessed with her already? Like, I don't even get why you're obsessed with her. I want to be obsessed with her. I'm in her point of view, and I don't even like her. So I just DNF'd that. I didn't want to waste my time.
My first book of this month was Kingdom of Ash with Emma. We finished that in our 24-hour reading log. We'll put it in the cards or in the on the screen for you all. That was such a funny time. I forgot that was this month.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I think I just had a higher expectation for it than what it was.
People really talk about how much they love that book. And I thought that it was fine. It was a 3-star for both of us.
I liked that it closed up everybody's chapter. It didn't do, you know.
Was it anything life-changing? No. But I did enjoy it.
Next book. So I read Kingdom of Ash with Lily. And then I read The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I really liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. I don't know what more you could ask for in a little silly romance. Summer romance especially. It was so perfect. Nothing like super memorable. Like I'm not sitting here thinking about it all the time, but it was so cute for what it was, you know? It did its job.
Yeah, so. You really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. It made me go read their other book.
Tell everybody what it's about.
The Paradise Problem? Like I said, I can barely remember. Okay, so The Paradise Problem, what I remember, is these 2 people were married in college. Okay, so Anna and Liam, this is a story about them. They apparently got married in college because she's friends with Liam's brother. And they needed to get married for situational purposes, like always in these books. Years go by. He still needs her help as his wife to do something, to get an inheritance through his family, something like that. And so she has to go to this wedding, be around his rich billionaire family with him, like this whole week trip, 10 days or something. Funny enough, that's exactly what happens on honeymoon. There's like 10-day trip. Anyway, okay, so they go on this trip, and she just has to like play it off like she's this person. And what he remembers about her from college is that she was in med school and stuff. So he's been lying to his family, saying she's like a doctor and like in med school and like all this stuff. So when she gets there, she has to like play up this person, and it's really funny. There's situations where they need her medical help, a medical opinion, and she's like, anyway. And then she's like, why did you lie? Yeah, so it's just, you know how you're just waiting for the car to crash. That's literally this whole book. Like all the lies just bubbling and bubbling. But it's really good. I really liked it.
Yeah.
So 4 stars.
Okay, my next book was Summer Romance by Annabelle Monahan. I rated this 3-star. I liked it. It was like very cute and summery. A summer romance. It's about Ethan and Allie. Allie's mom has just passed 2 years prior, I'm pretty sure. And Ethan, what happened with him? I think he's just coming back in town because he has family, but something mixes up where he didn't know. Like family's involved, like her best friend. Wait, can I say it? It's a spoiler, I guess.
Don't spoil anything.
So how do I say it without?
So the premise of the story is,
like, they meet and she's in the middle of getting a divorce with her husband or ex-husband. He's not very reliable, and it's just showing you her grief throughout. I don't know how long.
Grief of a parent, grief of a marriage.
Literally, I felt bad for her. They just would like go skateboarding. He like owns a skateboard park. It's cute. And they go to the beach and their dogs would hang out. It was cute.
That's really cute.
It was cute. But I would just rate it 3-star. It wasn't anything spectacular, but I did like it.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, if you want a summery time, there you go.
Okay, my next book was The Unhoneymooners because I was on my Christina Lauren kick. And I gave it
It died quick though.
Basically done. Closed the chapter. On Honeymooners, I gave 2 stars because I did finish it. I pushed myself to finish it even though I wanted to DNF. I just did not buy the 2 main characters at all. I understood they had some lust for each other, but the lies that were told in this book.
When she was finishing the book, she was like this on her Kindle. She was like, "Ugh, I hope they break up."
And something about that epilogue really pissed me off. I don't even remember what it was now.
I'm done.
Wish I had that on camera. Like, ugh. It's like 1 star, 2 stars.
Wait, why? Why were you disgusted by the epilogue?
I need to go back to the epilogue. I can't remember. I've blocked this book out.
But the way she like locked her Kindle, she's like, "I'm done. I can't read it anymore."
I can't remember. Was it about the job or something? I don't know. This book was so stupid. It was so hyped up for so long by a lot of people.
I know for years.
Lily even said that it wasn't that bad. Like, she just thought it was fun.
I didn't think it was anything amazing.
Right. And so that's why I didn't read it back.
I think I rated it 3 stars, right?
Well, I didn't read it back when it was really popular because Lily kind of said, well, like, I liked it, but it wasn't, whoa, you know? So let's just say this book was not that great. The premise is, like, the 2 main characters, don't remember their names, who cares, right? The 2 main characters.
Her name's Olive and I think his name's Ethan as well.
No way. Is his name Ethan? Don't lie to me. What's your name, bro? Her name's Olive, and his name's Ethan. Okay, well, Olive and Ethan, both of their siblings are married to each other, and for their honeymoon, they can't go because everybody got this horrible food poisoning from...
But she's really cheap. Like, her sister's really cheap.
Yeah, and she got, like, a free trip to this place.
She was like, you have to go. You have to go. Don't...
But you now have to, like, hide your identity because you don't want to, like, get kicked out of the place.
And they have to act like they're married on this trip.
Exactly. But, like, as soon as she gets there, she is lying to the spa people, like, hey, I'm whatever, you know, I'm here as this person. Let me get a spa. And she sees her new boss that she's going to be working for when she gets back from this trip. And then she lies to him that she's here for getting married recently. And then she goes to a dinner with her new boss and his wife and lies the whole time. So anyway, 2 stars, yeah. Sorry,
let me talk about Reckless. I did read Reckless. It was below this, sorry. I read Reckless and I gave that 2 stars. I did not like that book. That book was so annoying. Kai and Peyton were pissing me off. They would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Granted, she did give Powerless like 5 stars. Okay?
I liked Powerless a lot. But the fun dynamic of that book was completely gone in this book. Nowhere to be seen. Oh, it's the building block. I don't care. Like, Catching Fire is one of the best ones in the Hunger Games series, and that's a sequel.
Yeah.
Literally doing. And I like Score Trials. Like, if we're gonna pull that, you know what I mean? Dystopian. The second book should be like one of the best.
I like The Wicked King and the, yeah. So.
Literally, I don't understand it. I'll tell you what it's about though, I guess. It's about Peyton and Kai, and in Powerless, they had just ended off with...
If you've read it.
Yeah. Like, something big has just happened at the end. And they're gonna have to, I don't want to say find each other, but...
It's a cat and mouse game.
It's definitely cat and mouse, and I did not like either.
And the cat and mouse game was not what it was supposed to be.
No, it was not cute, and it was not funny. So...
And their banter for you this time?
That banter sucked. The tropes sucked. Like, the tropes, leave those tropes alone. Because that was awful.
They do not deserve a place here.
Because it took me how long to read it, Emma?
Only a few days.
I was reading it. I was so tired of it. How many days?
She was excited about it too. Like, after about 100 pages, she was like, I'm still kind of excited. Something interesting happened.
Yeah, it took me like 7 days. 7 days. 7 days for almost a 350-page book. What?
My next book is a 5-star. It's The Cruel Prince. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a little book. Yeah. So many people have told me, you won't even like this book. Don't even worry about it. Don't even pick it up. Don't even whatever. So we tried to film a video. Didn't even film. But we tried to, where Fable picked our reads for the month and it told me to read this book. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to read it. 5 stars. 5 stars. Ask Lily. I was feral.
She loves Carden.
This is the kind of enemies to lovers and bully romance. This is how you do it, I would say. And this book is not a romance. It's very much fantasy, but I liked the school aspect. I liked the political game aspect. I liked that she became a spy. It was just so fun. And like, you know, Once Upon a Broken Heart, that fairy tale feeling, I got that with this book. It's not just normal fae books where everyone's just a pretty person. People here have horns or tails or like weird teeth or green skin, blue skin. Like,
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's giving, yeah, like Dungeons and Dragons themed. I don't know, fairy tales, palaces. Very fun. I had the best time with it, so 5 stars. Jude and Carden love them as...
Tell everybody what it's about.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't know, it's about Jude. She is a human girl, and the story opens up. You find out that her family is murdered, and her family's murderer is the person that takes her to the Fae world. Her older sister is actually the murderer's true daughter, okay? And then she has a twin sister. So they are the 2 humans living in the Fae world, and Fae people do not like humans. So they have a very traumatic childhood up until their teenage years, and she continues to have to fight for her right to be in a place like this as a human. And it just makes her really strong, and she has a lot of strengths from her humanness and her heart that I really loved. And it read like more adult than other things you read, you know? I was like... This is not so young adult. And in The Cruel Prince, well, he is cruel. Carden is very cruel. The first half of the book is just them in school and different scenarios where he torments her with his friends, and his friends are terrible to her. A lot of attempted murder done to her life, her and her sisters. But there's all these twists that happen throughout the book, and by the end, you're like, ah!
Okay, my next book is in fact the 5-star read that she's talking about.
Yeah.
I have to talk about it.
I have to read this next.
I can't. The Wolf King. That's my next book, guys. I can't. I'm literally feral over this book. I love this book. I want to tattoo it. Well, you know.
It's etched into your skin already.
Yeah, I love it. And it took me 5 days to read because I wanted to savor it. I knew it was going to be a 5-star. I kept telling Emma, I was like, it's so good. It's so good. And she was like, girl, read it, read it. I was like, I can't just finish it. It'll
Same.
be done too quick. And it was.
I know.
I just want to go back and read it right now. Rory, she is a princess of this area, and there's this alpha, or there's this fighting ring that's going on. So they have wolves in this area, and they go back and forth, and she's like, stop, stop. And she saves the Callum guy that's about to kill this guy. She goes to help the guy who's almost dead. Yeah. And she's like, why are you trying to kill him? And she's being betrothed to this guy. I'm forgetting his name. And she's like, I want him to be saved. And he's like, okay, dear, as your wedding gift, whatever, you know. So she goes down there. Oh, and you want to know what that guy said? He was like, oh, if you like wolves so much, maybe you can bed something, like, and they can take you how a wolf does. I was like,
I'll kill you.
I wanted him to die in that moment. Anyway, she goes and helps them, and the alpha in the middle of the night is like, let's get out of here, princess, come on. You're trapped here, you're trapped here. Let's go. I mean, you'll basically be trapped with me, but it's better than being trapped here. I'll give you freedom.
Right.
And she's like, fine, I'll go with you. And it just takes off from there, and there's a love triangle. And
don't tell people that they hate it.
Oh. And it gives
that in. Oh.
It gives Akatar. I can't explain it. This is the best book I've read since Akatar, and it made me want to reread Akatar as I was reading this. I was
it's not like a blatant copy of Akatar, is it?
No, okay. No. This book is so good. In each chapter, it leaves off on a cliffhanger. It was so good. I was reading Emma all my highlights. I was like, Emma, this is so good. This is so good. I want to go back and reread it. 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars.
Her 5 stars this year have been a very wolfy time.
I know. I freaking love. I don't know who I'm trying to get to.
My 5 stars had a tail too. Like a lion tail or something. I don't know.
Anyway, you all need to go read that right now. And it doesn't even have that many reads. And all the ratings that do, they're all 4 or 5 stars. So. And then I'm going to the author's page on her Instagram, and she's like, if you like Rhysand as like the villain, I was like, I had already read. I was like, Emma, I'm gonna inject this. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna.
My next book was The Wicked King, and I gave this 4.5 stars. It was not bad. Like, I really liked it, clearly, but I don't know, something about The Cruel Prince really sucked me in and kept my attention. I don't know. But this book I flew through. I read it in a day, so you know, I can't say much about it. The premise of this book is the premise of this book is a spoiler, because if you haven't read Cruel Prince, then you know? Yeah. Something big happens at the end of Cruel Prince, and so the story just picks off from there. It's just so good. And Jude and Carden have a better dynamic in this book. I would say this is their best book together. If people are reading it for them as like a couple in a way, like you're gonna get the most moments in that book.
My last book is The Awakening, the Zodiac Academy first book.
I also tried to read this month.
And Emma had prefaced to me that this book had bully romance and...
I just got the notification we're gonna have a thunderstorm. That's crazy.
Emma had told me that this book was gonna have bullying, S-A, R, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
a lot of stuff.
I was like, okay, I'll proceed with caution. I will read it until I can't anymore. Because I don't like bully
Because she's
romance.
read Manacled, so you know.
Yeah, I thought it was like that.
You know.
Girl, I need that to 17% because it's already, they're from the human worlds and they're like, you're Fae, you're full Fae, come on, come get your inheritance, come to the school, graduate from the school. If you graduate, you get your inheritance. But little do they know, their parents were king and queen 20 years prior because they're 18 or what, 19, whatever.
18.
And they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, well, if you want to be king and queen, or like you guys can take your throne back. And they're like, what are you talking about? We just wanted our money. We're broke. We want money. And little do they know, these four brothers, and this is about zodiac signs. So there's air, fire, earth, water, right? And for their initiation, all four brothers, they're all captains of a different sign. And they all have one, okay? And this guy, they're like, we've had the throne since you mother effers were gone. You're not getting it back. Queens. So they're like, oh, we're supposed to be scared of you. And he slams her against the door. I was like,
You said, first of all, that's your strike one.
Literally strike one. And I was like, okay. And then he goes to bite her. I was like, strike two. And then as they're going,
and you're not even 20% into this.
No, I'm not even 20% in. And then they go to pick their sign because they can't be in the same house or whatever. They're like, okay. She's like, I'm gonna go with my boo Darius because he's at least hot. Like that. I know that was her thinking.
Oh, okay.
So she goes to Darius. I think he's fire or whatever. And the other girl went with the other guy.
Tori and Darius.
Something and something. She goes with this one guy, and he already is starting to torture her. And she's like telling him to stop. So I was like, okay. And he's like, okay, well, if you cut off all your hair. I was like, I'm done. And we were at the pool. I said, Emma.
Oh, she had to jump off the top of a building or cut all her hair off.
Yeah, I was like, Emma, listen to this. And I told her, I'm done. That's not cute and that's not funny. I don't like reading about things like that. Yeah. So.
Maybe you should have kept reading because I want to know if she cut her hair off. Because that's crazy.
I DNF'd. I hated that energy. I don't like, but people love that series. That's why I wanted to give it a try. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll try it. I don't know. People say like the best slow burn ever is in that series, so.
The best assault is in that.
That's right. The assault really, you know what, I'd probably DNF too, so. I did try to read it, but the reviews, as soon as I started reading it, I was like, I'm liking this. I didn't get as far as her. I go to the reviews and people are talking about how it's very graphic
brutal.
And assault and everything and non-consensual, and I'm like, I'm not into that, so I quit it. I quit it.
I'm not the audience for it.
Yeah, clearly. Okay, my last book was The Queen of Nothing, which is the third book in the Folk of the Air series, which is the Cruel Prince series. And I give this a 4.5. I read this in a day or two or whatever like that. Very good close. I almost shed a tear because her father figure in this book that was like her parents' murderer but who took her in and like raised her, she has that like Stockholm syndrome kind of feeling for him, and everything she's come to love about her life has been the Fae people, and I think that's really hard. Like she can't just go back to the human world and be a human because this is her life now, and she has such a love-hate relationship with him, and I think that was so beautiful the way the author just like closed that book with them. I don't know. It was so nice. But also, I love Carden and Jude. It was such a twist. That end of that book was so, whoa. I was not expecting that. I mean, I knew something would happen, but I didn't know that would happen, you know? If you've read it. Like, what? So crazy. Jude is so powerful. She's such a strong human. I love her. So slay. 4.5 stars.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. Like, comment, subscribe.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, we will.
I mean, you never know. Click another video.
Oh, bye. Bye, Emma.
Bye.